Hey, my name's Jacky.
And I'm Sascha.
Hopefully you guys have already seen our first video where we built a system mostly for SteamOS, but you can also still use Windows and even a Hackintosh.
There's been a lot of talk about SteamOS lately, and it has come out just now, and Steam box systems are expected to come out at CES this year, so it's going to be very interesting. We're very excited about it as well, just like you guys, so we couldn't wait, and we just put a little system together to play around with it a little bit.
Alright guys, we've loaded up our Phenom, and we've launched Steam Big Picture.
This probably looks pretty familiar to most of you guys if you've ever used Steam Big Picture before, and on SteamOS Big Picture looks exactly the same. So once you run SteamOS, this is what it's going to look like most of the time. You can actually switch to desktop mode as well, which looks a little bit like Windows, but this is pretty much what you see most of the time.
Alright, so you can load up the store, which brings you to the Steam store, and you can purchase your latest games, the most recent games that are currently out there, all the Steam sales.
Alright, and we also have a browser, so once you get tired of gaming, which rarely happens, you can actually browse the web. And it's Linux based, so since it's a pretty new browser and they're still fine-tuning it, there's some stuff that doesn't work. So for example, if you go to Facebook, you can't chat with your friends, and there's some other limitations when it comes to sharing files, sending files, and entering information. But overall it does work pretty well. If you just want to go to YouTube and check some tutorials because you're stuck in some level, for example, it does the job.
If we go back to the home screen, that's pretty much the basics of Steam Big Picture. And of course on the top right corner of the screen we have your time, your settings, so you can control your
input. You can remap the buttons on your controller, for example.
Sure, right. And then going back, of course, is the exit button, which will bring us back to our Windows-based desktop.
Or if you're running SteamOS, it kicks you back to something similar to a Windows desktop.
Now, some other things you can do with, of course, your living room PC, which acts as your home theater PC, we call it the HTPC for short, is Skype video calls. Now, if you have a webcam, of course, once you log into Skype,
you can do video calls, even group calls with several people if you have a pro account, which is pretty cool. Just one person in the group has to have a pro account, and you can do a group video call, which is pretty nice. Other cool stuff you can do is, of course, media related stuff. Something that you can't really do in Steam Big Picture right now, and you can't really do at all. It's on SteamOS right now. So for example, if you want to watch some movies, you want to listen to your music, maybe stream some music, listen to some internet radio, that's something right now you can do to a limited degree in the Steam browser. But of course, you get a lot more options for different players and different services if you're using Windows.
Now, if you're using the MicroATX Phenom, which does support Crossfire and SLI, you can run 4K resolution screens on your TV.
Right, that's something that all the new consoles cannot really do. They can play 4K video, but you can't play games at 4K.
Alright guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, the two parts about us building a Steambox system and using it in the living room.
Well, if you guys have any other questions, you can hit us up on Facebook. We can answer your questions directly. You can either send us an email if you have any further questions regarding the parts that we used or what's in the living room. Maybe we can help you answer that question, or just send us a comment below on this video. So see you next time.